Well, last night we brought you our exclusive interview with Madeline Train, whose parents shot dead two young police officers and a neighbour on their rural Queensland property. In the second part of that interview tonight, Madeline shares what she believes drew police to the house and the voicemail she received from a detective on the day of the shooting.
Madeline Train has to live with the fact her parents are cold-blooded killers.
Can you understand that people would hate your parents?
Absolutely.
And how does that sit with you?
In this particular instance, I hate what they have done. They've irreparably impacted so many lives. And I have more concern for anyone else, particularly the people that they murdered or they killed. They've irreparably impacted those people's lives and the lives of that family. And I think about that before I even think about my own life.
So why were four young officers sent to the Weambilla property that day? They were asked to check on Nathaniel Train, Maddie's biological father. There was also an outstanding warrant for Nathaniel over a firearms breach. He had left his home in Walgett in country New South Wales in August 2021, abandoning his job as a school principal and his wife Vanessa. It was Vanessa who called police to report him missing, concerned for his welfare. Just 2.5 hours before her parents opened fire on four officers, killing Constables Rachel McCrow and Matthew Arnold, along with Good Samaritan Alan Dare, Maddie received this voicemail from Walgett Police.
G'day Madeline, my name is Detective Senior Constable from Walgett Police. When you get a chance, can you give me a call back on?
Maddie says she tried to call back after work. By then, her parents had already murdered 3 innocent people.
I think they were contacting us to ask if Nathaniel was missing and to get contextual information. But they never should have sent anyone there until they got all the contextual information.
Maddie claims Vanessa warned police.
She had told the police officers that there was a mistrust of police. Like Gary had a mistrust of police. And then the New South Wales Police Force apparently did not disclose that to the Queensland Police Force.
New South Wales and Queensland Police wouldn't comment on the allegations, saying the matter remains the subject of a coronial investigation, instead directing us to these earlier comments.
We knew very little about the trains and there was nothing that would have caused a particular flag for our members who attended on that day. We're also creating a timeline of everything that we knew in our policing system.
The 26-year-old has been back to the bullet-riddled Weambilla property twice.
Mum always wore a specific perfume on Christmas, and she had one for work too, so I got that, and her wedding dress that she wore when she married Gary, and our family photos they had in a box.
These pictures from inside show a sense of normality mixed with chaos and scrawlings about violence, evidence of 3 disturbed minds.
What would you say, if you had the chance, to the families of the 3 that were killed?
I'd want to say thank you for your service, but not just to the police, to the neighbour. I wish there were more Good Samaritans that stopped. People like him should exist everywhere.
Because of her family, Maddie says she has found herself out of work and lost friends.
My life has been destroyed, and that's fine, but it's a lot to manage while you're trying to grieve lots of people.
So many lives changed instantly and forever.
The circumstances are tragic, but I'm really hoping that the outcome of it is that there's more access to mental health professionals. Everyone is traumatised by this.
Sophie Walsh, 9 News.
And so much more light to be shed there. Well, time now for the full weather outlook. Back to Luke Bradnam. Luke, could we see some storms around tomorrow?
Yeah, possibly, Lofty, particularly through the western part of the city, mostly around Ipswich, but predominantly anywhere from Roma right the way through to the Darling Downs. That's where we could see severe thunderstorms, the Bureau warning us this time tomorrow. We've had a bit of activity around this afternoon. Have a look at the radar the last few hours. Through the Darling Downs, we've seen some decent falls. Warwick copping around 10 millimetres in an hour, and the Toowoomba region picking up some good falls as well. Those showers at the moment element around the Lockyer Valley area, approaching also Boona and Bow Desert. So could see some light showers in the city a little later tonight. On today's weather map, a beautiful day for a Monday. Temps around average, 30 degrees we reached in the city. Slightly warmer in the west, Ipswich getting up to 32. Along the coast, 28 degrees down here on the Gold Coast, top of 29 today for the Sunshine Coast. On tomorrow's weather map, you can see showers and storms again for the northern tropics, and you can see that trough that could potentially bring us those severe thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon, just creeping into the southwest of our state and potentially to areas around Ipswich tomorrow afternoon. Around the grounds tomorrow, mostly sunny day on the way for Sydney, Canberra and Melbourne. A shower or two for Hobart, fine for Adelaide and Perth, and showers and storms in the top end for Darwin. Back home, possible light shower, very light for Cairns, but it'll be fine for Townsville as well as Mackay. Hot and sunny in the west, the Isa tomorrow getting up to 40 degrees, up in the high 30s for Longreach, and a shower, possible storm for Roma tomorrow. Mostly sunny and light winds. It'll be a great day for Rocky and Gladstone tomorrow. Temps along the Fraser Coast up in the low 30s with again light winds, partly cloudy conditions. And then here in the southeast, partly cloudy day, just a medium chance of showers, even that possible storm around the Darling Downs and creeping into Ipswich. Those temps fairly similar to what we saw today. The sunny coast getting up to 30. Ipswich, a possible shower tomorrow, 32 degrees. Toowoomba tomorrow, 29. And here on the Gold Coast, a top of 29 as well. Should be a great beach day and perfect on the water with light winds all day. East-southeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas below a metre on the bay and below a metre offshore as well. And for the city, just a 20% chance of rain tomorrow. Partly cloudy day ahead, heading for a top of 30 and dipping down to 21. And then looking ahead, temps start to warm up. Australia Day's on Thursday, a top of 33 degrees. Should be a nice one in the city. For Ipswich, Wednesday getting to 34 degrees with a possible storm. And Thursday for Australia Day, 36 degrees. Here on the Gold Coast, best day of the week will be Australia Day, 31 and plenty of sunshine. And for the Sunshine Coast, Australia Day heading for a top of 31 with mostly sunny conditions. So we'll keep our eyes, Lofty, on that potential storms around the southeast tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, it is warming up, isn't it? Thanks, Luke. And that's 9 News Queensland for this evening. Thanks for your company. See you tomorrow. Good night.